recorded, not forget it again. Poor Erin forgot last time, but it's okay. We
Oh,
recorded
she
this
did?
time.
It didn't record last time?
No, Erin forgot to push the record button. She said she thought she did, but she didn't. Remember when we did the one building bridges, the same happened?
We had a heart attack almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
let's see, how are you doing? I'm so curious. Oh, Barbie's there. Now, wonderful. Oh, Doug. Hi, Doug.
Hi.
Good to see you. You're under the name of your wife, but you look good. Listen, you're shrinking.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's about 6 pounds since I saw you.
Good. Happy to hear that. Now let's start with the first one in, which was Lynn. Tell us how you're doing with the diet. What are you doing? How was your last week?
Well, I'm pretty much holding at 125. I lost half a pound overnight, so 124.5. So I think it's kind of plateaued after losing 10 pounds in the first week. That was kind of exceptional. So I think it's leveling out. This probably was mostly water because I don't think I've lost any fat. Doesn't look like it anyway.
In the first week, you mostly lose water. That's true. And the fat doesn't start to melt until later. But then you are starting on a very slim level compared to others.
Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, I've been trying to, stick as much to the diet as I can, to the meal plan, but I'm finding it just a little bit exasperating sometimes, because for instance, there'll be something that says 0.01 of a cup.
Yeah, just
or 0.03
if that
of a
happens,
cup
mute yourself.
Pardon?
You can mute yourself, Maxine.
I'm turning it off.
Okay, good. I'll mute you for a moment. Okay, Lynn.
Yeah, so I was just saying, it gets a little bit confusing when you have 0.01 or 0.03 of a cup. It would be more helpful if it was in teaspoons or tablespoons.
Yes.
Because how would you ever figure out what 0.01 of a cup is?
Yeah, that's why I hate the imperial measures, because it's so much easier in grams.
Well, I mean, it would be easy if it was in teaspoons or tablespoons, because that's what most people have.
And so you have to translate it yourself.
Well, I mean, this was in the cracker recipe. And maybe, I would suggest maybe the recipes be a little more simplified, because that cracker recipe was crackers.
Okay.
It had a huge list of ingredients. Then you had to soak some of the ingredients for half an hour. Then you had to dehydrate it for half a day or something. And I think it probably only made 2 crackers. So it's, it would be a lot of work for just a couple of raw crackers.
And sometimes it's easier to go to the supermarket and get rye wheat crackers, and they actually have rye only crackers. There's rye flour, salt, nothing else.
Yeah, well, I usually buy the rice crackers. Yeah, but I don't eat a lot of crackers, really. I make my own whole wheat bread.
Okay.
So I would prefer really that if I was going to have anything with soup, but I don't know.
What do you use for flour, Lynn?
Whole wheat bread machine flour.
From?
Bulk Barn.
So that I would not recommend really, because it is high in glyphosate. It is GMO wheat, and it's not good. It's very high in gluten. It
really, because that's the only thing I find that I don't have a reaction to.
Did you try the red 5 wheat?
The red, what is it?
Red 5 wheat flour. That's organic, non-GMO heritage wheat that has grown the same for 140 years. That's what I use for my whole wheat bread.
Oh, okay. I
And
make mine in a bread machine, so
I make mine from hand, and it's so easy that I would never invest in a bread machine. It's much easier that way.
So anyways, what's wrong with gluten anyways?
The gluten itself is not the culprit. It is the amount of it and the glyphosate that's mixed into it. So I have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
video on
exactly. So
YouTube. It's not the gluten's fault, because gluten was in the wheat and in the grains for the last 10,000 years since we started eating grains. And we were fine until about 100 years ago, when we started to refine the flour, which was the beginning of the end. We refined it, and we had the white flour, and then we had to add niacin because people got pellagra from the flour because it didn't contain the vitamins anymore. And then came, of course, the GMO phase, where the little grain of wheat suddenly swelled to 5 times its size. And it was mostly gluten, so the bread could be nice and spongy. And you see, when you have the Wonder Bread, is my classic example, when you push it together, it expands. It's enormously elastic. The elasticity in the dough, that's the gluten. To a certain extent, it's okay. But if you use, for example, that heritage whole wheat that I use, the bread will be much more crumbly. So then you know there's hardly any gluten in it. So then you don't have to knead it all through the world, because kneading, what it does, when you knead the dough all the time, the gluten molecules build a little net, and that net is elastic. And when there's not enough gluten there, you don't need to knead it all the time, because the bread is not as elastic and spongy, whether you use it or not. It's much denser, much more satisfying, much better in my books. And the recipes on my website. It's in the Meal Garden too. Is it? Let me just look in the Meal Garden. Meal Garden, where is you? Where are you? I'm pretty sure. Let me just share the screen, the right screen. There we go. Now I'm impersonating myself. Okay, computer, there we go. It should be here. There's my bread. Is it there? No, it's not there. I have to add it. It's on my website. I know that. I even have a video about it. Okay. Good to know. I'll add it. Okay, I'll unmute you again, Maxine, because I couldn't hear you.
You muted me?
I muted you because of the music coming from you. I thought it was your harp.
No, I was saying the bread that you make is absolutely scrumptious. It's delicious.
It's really good, yeah. And it's easy to make. You've seen how easy it is to make.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
what about
Carrie.
a multigrain? A multigrain bread.
What kind of multigrain bread?
Bavarian.
Various?
Bavarian. It was Bavarian that I had bought.
Yeah, you always have to look at the ingredient. I'm a big fan of ingredient lists. If it says whole grain, if it says enriched wheat flour, that's regular white flour. If it says maltodextrin, it's sugar. Look what it has in it. There you can buy a Wipfelmeier rye bread that's actually quite good with sourdough made at Superstore in the deli section. I actually buy it myself. And pumpernickel, which when you look at the ingredient, the only ingredient is whole rye flour and salt and sourdough.
Do you mean the round pumpernickel?
Well, not what we Canadians call pumpernickel. That's not pumpernickel. That's just a colored bread.
Okay.
Pumpernickel is something, right? I'll show you a slice of pumpernickel.
Yeah, but the real pumpernickel is very dense and dark, I think.
I couldn't help showing you that. This is pumpernickel. And it looks, let's take it out. like this. Let me see a little light shine on it.
Wow. Yeah.
This is real pumpernickel. It's pretty
Oh,
dense.
yeah.
Okay.
Ah, a little
Oh, it is
sweet.
dense.
It's sweet and sour, and it tastes scrumptious with cheese or with some Genoa salami or what do they call it here? Westphalian ham. Delicious. This is real pumpernickel, and the way it's made, it's actually interesting. It is made in a baking box, and the box is fermented in the oven in a water bath for 24 to 48 hours. That's why the bread is so dark. There's no color added.
Okay.
It's quite interesting. So what we call here pumpernickel is colored bread. And when you look at it, it has sugar color in it, or caramel color, or whatever they call it. It's just colored
What
bread.
brand is that, Christine?
Hmm?
What brand is that?
This is Dimpelmeyer.
Oh, geez. How do you spell it?
Dimpflmeier. It says Pumpernickel Roggenbrot, and they actually have rye bread too that only has rye in it.
Made by that
This one-
company.
And where do you get that from?
Actually, a little bit of
Superstore.
flour in it, I see. A little bit color. It's not 100%. The other one is better, but this one is what we call pumpernickel.
So where did you pick that up?
Hmm?
Where do you buy that?
Just a
Eats for
moment,
tea.
I have
Let me
to
guess.
turn you a little bit up. My dog is barking like crazy.
Let me guess. Was that Pete's Fruitique where you picked that up?
I get that at Superstore in
Oh,
the deli. They have a little bench, at least in Lower Sackville, and on that bench in the deli, there's the Dimpfelmeyer bread.
good. I didn't know that.
Easy to freeze, it's easy to thaw, and it's just good.
Mhm.
It's my favorite, obviously. I always have either the rye bread or the pumpernickel in my fridge. Hi, Mom. Yes? All right. Okay. So that's the bread. And I recommend that. And if you don't want to, there's actually rye vita. They have two types of crackers that only have rye bread, oatmeal, or oat flour and salt. So that's pretty good. So how have you been doing, Terry?
Not bad considering I haven't been home. And I'm
What
still
have you
not
been
home.
Mhm. Okay. Where are you?
Right now I'm in the city.
So what are you eating?
Not too far from Ed.
What are you eating during the days?
Soup. I've made the squash soup, but I made more than it said.
That's
I
good.
made a bigger
Your face
recipe
isn't
so that I
good.
could at least have something very easy to grab and take with me.
Right.
I've made the chili,
Your face isn't there.
Oh, good.
and I've made extra of that one as well.
Good.
Because I just figured that at least those things I can grab and eat when I'm on the run. What else did I make? I made the bean burgers too. And I
Ah,
made extra of those, and I've got 4 in the freezer and 2 in the fridge.
that's good. And at this point, I want to encourage everybody to change the recipe, change the amounts, make as much as you feel you will eat. So you have not every day 3 meals to prepare. That drives you crazy. And there's different options, and we'll soon get into that you can either have 3 meals, a breakfast, a lunch, or you can have 2 meals, an eating window. I think last time you talked a little bit about it. Or you can do just 1 meal a day, or you can have one day 3 meals, and then the next day you fast. It's all a possibility, and it's all the way that we used to eat. Really, nobody grazed all day and ate all day.
Well, I kind of fasted today.
Okay, good for
I
you.
didn't. I wasn't trying to. I was at the dentist, and then I wasn't allowed to eat till 4:30, so
Oh, I hear you.
I had to start.
How are you feeling not eating?
Oh, I was okay. I had the smoothie shake for breakfast.
Yeah.
Because we had to take off early this morning and head
Mhm.
across country. So I made the shake up early and ate it or drank it. But I didn't have raspberry juice, but I used cherry juice instead
Perfect.
and made it that way. And I was fine until 4:30, 4:45. I was starting to get hungry.
Did you drink enough?
Probably, yeah.
Because that is very important. If you fast, you have to drink enough. And I recommend green tea and broth. And the broth gives you the salt that you need.
I wasn't trying to fast. It just happened.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, imagine 100,000 years ago. We weren't trying to fast. It just happened. We had nothing to eat. We were having to hunt.
Well, I had planned to eat when I left the dentist, but I couldn't, so I had to wait.
I'm sorry to hear that, but
Well, it was all right. Not a big deal.
okay. So how are you doing weight-wise and feeling-wise?
Weight-wise, I have no idea because I won't touch the scale.
Okay, all
I
right.
just don't feel
Once
like
a
going.
week, I think we should.
Pardon?
Once a week, we should step on the scale for accountability reasons.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just kind of at the point because I did that the last time and I kept getting really discouraged because I wasn't losing weight. I was losing inches.
Yeah.
So the weight stayed the same, but I did get smaller.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of at the point that
Now that is an interesting fact. Did you also exercise?
I'm not right now, but I'm going to start.
What did you last time when you lost inches but not weight?
No, because I was using isogenics.
Okay, so that must have been water that came into you because that does not make any sense. And I'm not for measuring inches
Yeah.
because really it doesn't say anything. Because you can be building muscle mass and the inches come back on and muscle is actually heavier than fat.
Yeah. But no, I did. I lost inches. I didn't lose pounds.
Okay.
Like the most I lost on it was probably somewhere between 16 pounds, 15, 16 pounds. I
Yeah,
did not lose a lot.
It's not for the long run. I hate to say that, but
No, I know. I know, because the last year, I mean, I'm still trying to use up the product to get rid of it.
I hear you.
But at least now I've got recipes that I can interchange and make food and have it ahead of time and not have to worry.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's the part I'm enjoying right now.
Yeah, that's good. I love that you do that. Now, how are you doing, Maxine? I know you do intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day.
Okay, intermittent fasting for 12 days now. I have 1 meal a day, usually between 4 and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm doing great and I feel good. I'm not starving hungry. I've lost 12 pounds
Good
Wow.
for you.
in 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
I tell you, it's the best thing since sliced bread, as they say, right? It's the best thing that I ever did, the best kind of diet, but I really don't call it a diet. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I feel in my heart that I'll continue the rest of my life like this because it's helping me get rid of excess weight. I mean, I don't feel badly. Sometimes I get a little hungry. Then you know what? I have the broth, like you suggest, Christine. And in the morning when I get up, I have a glass of hot water with the apple cider vinegar. And I drink that down, and then I start with coffee and then tea and water with lemon throughout the day and whatever. I have to work on my liquid intake because I forget. And it's like, oh yeah, I should drink something. And I would prefer to go and have a tea or a coffee or the broth than anything, you know. But I have protein, I have carbohydrate, I have fat. I put fats in all like oils and whatever. Today, after I made a soup from your chicken, Christine.
Good.
Yeah, it was. I made it yesterday I have this Instapot, the foodie Ninja cooker that I'm learning to use. And I really killed this chicken really bad. It was tough and dried and whatever. So I just put it in a pot, added water and some spices, and then I cooked it like that. And then I took as much of the meat as I could off the chicken, put that back into the broth, and then added some vegetables, turned it up high, cooked it, and I had that for my supper about 4:30ish, like. And then afterwards, I took a great big handful of almond nuts. Yum. And it was good, and I feel satisfied. So this evening, probably what I'll do is have a cup of something hot. I don't know what yet, depending upon my mood. But I never eat breakfast, I go right through. And it's really working wonders for me. I don't feel deprived. And sometimes I might think, oh, maybe like when I was taking the chicken meat off the bones, I wanted to eat it because that's what I would ordinarily do, like some for me, some for the pot. I would like, and then I'd sit down and have a meal later, then not forgetting about all the things that I'd eaten while I was preparing this stuff. And I said to myself, nope, not good for me. I'm not going to do it. So what I've been trying to do is change my whole attitude towards me, my temple, my body, treating it in a way that I feel good, because I'm great from the mouth like that, right? But following through in the action has not been my strong suit.
Good for you. Maxine, I'm really proud of you. And we all have to get to the point where we realize that to keep on eating well for us, and that can be different for every person. We all have different bodies, different biochemistry. Intermittent fasting doesn't work for everybody, but we have to recognize that we have to love ourselves enough to feed our body what it needs.
Well, kudos to you, Doc, because last Friday you got me started, and then it just went naturally from there. And you know what, I guess I got to the point of my life where I said, I'm just fed up, take personal responsibility for yourself, Maxine, and that's
tough.
It's tough to do. And the thing
I don't succeed myself every day with that. But sometimes the stress comes up. The house is for sale, the dog is unruly, the husband is irritable because something doesn't go wrong, the septic has to be replaced.
And you know what, Christine, the truth of it is this. You asked me to be part of this group, and inside I was like, I don't want to do that. But I have to do it for Christine because she's my friend. She cares about me. I care about her.
You have to do it for yourself.
No, listen to my rationale, see?
I know.
And then I was like, yeah, you all keep me accountable. So I can't tell you, yeah, I'm doing great, I'm doing all of these things and whatever, and then show up and say, well, I really buggered it all up. Why did I do that? I'm human, I know I can make mistakes. Or I can just decide to do something different, but it keeps me honest is what I'm saying,
Well, that's what that group is for, because we all need accountability, because otherwise we fall off of the bandwagon, and we do it anyway. We fall off the bandwagon. I'm off the bandwagon completely. I had, marshmallows yesterday.
You had them in front of me, you bugger. But guess what? Should I tell you, when you did that, I didn't want any.
Good.
A few weeks ago, I ate them. Yes.
And once the house is sold and we move, then everything calms down and I can get back on the wagon and get up to speed.
Well, don't you find that everything in life anyway is about timing, and it's about whether you're ready to do whatever it is you feel you should do. And we all get to that point, or we don't get to that point, and it's an individual thing. And so I just said, all right, stop complaining, being miserable, whatever. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to put different clothes on because I felt fat. And so it's like, yeah, but guess what? Here's the good news. You can do something about it, Maxine.
Yes.
So All right.
You
So
can.
I'm on a roll.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Barb and Doug, how are you doing?
My weight is kind of staying the same. I'm okay with that. I'm kind of dealing with something. We're eating well, like we're doing wraps. We're for you have a so we're looking for a dessert. I'll do like cottage cheese with bananas and I really love lentils. That's been introduced in the past through this program as I can live on lentils basically. And right now I've realized I went for a doctor's appointment a couple days ago and I found out I have a shoulder impingement and that's what's causing my pain. I don't have the mobility in the arm because of it.
Mhm.
I kind of knew something wasn't quite right. I couldn't do the yoga positions that I was trying to do and I wasn't sure why I couldn't move it, but I've got full mobility of one arm and the other arm only does like half the things I like it to do. So I kind of, at least I feel like knowledge is power, and through knowing that, I've been much gentler with my shoulder.
Good.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. So I'm sort of keeping that in mind. And Doug and I, we now have electric bikes, and we have been riding the bikes, and I am able to avoid using my shoulders. I'm able to use my legs and my back, and then so therefore I'm able to. Hopefully, I can maintain doing that because I really think that that's key for us for that next sort of little hurdle we need to do.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough and it's slippery like now.
I know, and I'm not one to take chances at all. The few times I've been out, it's been like 4 degrees, and I'm really won't go down a trail if there's any ice at all. We have 4-inch tires on the bike, so they're really safe in that regard. Doug
Nice.
scared than me. He does want it, and we seem to wait for spring, and I tell him I don't want to. Obviously he's a good biker. I don't know. People are prepared to see bicycles.
Bike, when you're using your electric bike and you're on the street, do you have issues with cars?
I don't think they're prepared for us this time of year, first of all. And the other, a couple of days ago, when we went to the grocery store, and Doug had a wagon on one of the bikes, and it was funny because
Whose is that? Yours?
there was there was some young kids who were like, "Hey, we really like what you guys are doing," and they're waving to us and kind of like being encouraging us somewhat. Like celebrities on our bicycles.
Yeah, I wanted to get one. Sorry, that's why I asked. I would like to have one.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. So many people are using them now, and they're ideal for for me. It's like 50 plus if you have it. Like they're just perfect. And Doug equates it to a really good walk. He says, "I feel like I just want an excellent. Like you don't feel like you're exhausted, but you feel kind of refreshed, and you had some fresh air and." He likes it for that. And
Well, what if you're blind?
Wear some good glasses.
If you're blind, I don't know about that. Well,
I'm serious. I have very progressed glaucoma, so my peripheral vision is not good. I can see, so I would have to be. I just go slow, right?
Go slow, exactly. And there's no pressure to go fast.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the cars.
Well, the cars are pretty much just like any other bicycle. You just gotta keep your eyes open and do it as much as possible. The cars give me pretty wide berth.
Yeah.
And I have a big reflective vest on. So and plus there's front and rear lights on this bike and brake lights too.
But that's for night driving, right? I mean,
well, night, day, anything.
I would go
Mostly night, but yeah, it's when it's not icy out, we do a lot of trail riding and stuff, and there's lots of trails in Sackville. But we're top of the hill in Sackville, right by the water tower, and there's just so many hills in Sackville. We bought bikes last year, regular bikes, and did a lot of riding. But you go for a long ride, and then you come all the way up the hill to the home. And it's sometimes a bit too much. It's really exhausting.
Really? Wow.
Because they don't deter you. Like if it's 30 degrees, you can go out and expend very little energy, but still kind of get some, depending on the pedal assist that you choose, you're not, I found last year that impeded
You're not
me
working
too much.
too hard.
So, I mean, I think from 5 degrees onwards, we'll be bike riding more, whereas last year we just bike rode from basically in August. Now we'll bike ride from mid-April through to September.
I
That's
see.
it's, I think
So
it
I
allows
gather you wear helmets, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wearing ski helmets this time of year. Actually, it's a bit of a warm.
Do you need a license for an electric bike?
No, not if it's 500 watts or less.
Okay.
If you have over 500 watts, I think you.
A motorcycle,
Sure.
isn't it?
That's considered motorbike. You're right. Yeah, different
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
I see. Oh, that's
Alrighty, how are you doing, Doug, with your weight?
I lost a little bit the past little while.
Okay.
Sort of comes and goes. I gained a little bit a couple weeks ago, and then I lost it again a little bit more. So
Okay.
yeah, it's the toughest thing I find is lunchtime when I'm out working. You really got to plan ahead, and I try not to eat until 12 o'clock every day. I don't eat breakfast and try not to do intermittent fasting from the last time I eat.
Okay.
And that works pretty good for me most days. I'm not even hungry at all most days.
Mm-hmm.
But it's it's a lot easier for me than not eating any other time.
Yeah. It's important that you drink enough. I can't underscore that enough. You need to drink enough, especially salty liquids when you're fasting, because your body needs the salt and it needs the minerals and needs the water.
Yeah, and that's where I do have a problem sometimes is not drinking enough because it's
Sometimes we have to ration the drink in the morning so we have it all ready and then we drink it.
and sometimes at night I don't want to drink too much because I'm up peeing all the time.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. Now let's ask Sarah how she is doing. Did you find your menu plan? And I know you're a cook, Sarah, so you changed the menus around, did you?
Yeah, I changed a lot of recipes because I'm a picky eater, and if it's like bake it in the oven for an hour, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna change everything about it and put it in a wok and stir fry it all, and then it's done that much faster.
Yeah, I hear you. Now you're very hard to understand. What's the device you're on your phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Okay, you're breaking up, so I don't know if the internet is bad or if it's that you don't have a proper webcam, as you said.
It might be that I don't have the proper webcam. Is this better?
Little bit.
Okay, we're just gonna creep up on the computer then. But no, I changed the recipes around. I did an apple cabbage chicken stew thing instead of having it baked in the oven. And I've been eating that for like the last week for my lunches.
Okay.
Really good. But I omitted a lot of stuff out of it too, like apple juice. I necessity for it, so it was just sugar as far as I could see in it.
Okay. You're very hard to understand. Do the others have the same problem?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's dropping out.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to hearing more from you next week, Sarah, when the camera works and we hear a little bit more from the sound.
Yeah,
It will work.
it wasn't this bad last week.
Mm. Did you lose any weight yet?
I'm not sure. I still don't own a scale.
Okay.
But my pants at work feel a little bit looser and they're a little bit more comfortable. So that's a good sign, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is. So this week is the first part of phase 2. And what I want to introduce is for those that haven't done the worksheet yet. For one, we have the journal that everybody should have printed out and using because it helps you. And let me just open up the course again. Okay, let me share the screen. And I mean, where is it? Yeah, no, that's the FAQs. It is downloads. Here they are. Oops. Preview course. That's why I need this. There. Read, download, print. That's it. So here, downloads for this lesson. This journal is quite good. I hope everybody uses it. It has instruction. It talks about portion and a little bit about emotions and doodle area and gives you a little hints what to use. So I recommend that you use it. And also this week we are getting into here. Why, when, and what to eat. And I have here a little video series and about mindful eating. That's a handout, and I recommend for those that don't eat mindfully yet to start. And here's a nice video I actually did with Erin, where I guided her through eating one raisin in 5 minutes. And here is a form for you to download. It is a good one if you have cravings and sometimes you have trouble resisting, because it is a worksheet. You enter the food situations you crave it. What emotions do I feel? How do I feel after I ate it? For example, food, what was it? Marshmallows. Situation, I crave it, give in, I'm stressed to limit. What emotions do I feel? Stress. How do I feel after I ate it? Tired, not bad at all. So here's a list of common emotions and situations where you might feel different feelings. Many people, when they fall off the bandwagon and they eat their favorite food, like a big bowl of potato chips or a big chocolate bar, it's important to find out why that happened. If it happens every now and then, it's not too bad. And if it happened, try not to feel guilty after it, but enjoy it while you have it as much as you can. Because if you decide to have one, enjoy it, and then find out why you absolutely had to have it. And then afterwards, ask yourself, did it really taste as good as I thought it would? Most of the time, the answer is no. And I must say, my marshmallows, I just mindlessly wolfed them down. And it wasn't a good decision, but I did it. So, hey, I'm not perfect either. Oh, when should you eat? Yeah, I'm not 100% done with that, but I have it. And it's interesting going back to basics. I explain how we 100,000 years ago, as hunters and gatherers, we ate when we had food. We didn't eat when we didn't have food. So there's your intermittent fasting. For millennia already we did that. Also, if you haven't looked into your hypnotherapy files yet, please tell your subconscious what to eat. It's a half-hour video, audio to listen to at night. You can put it on loop. I like it, it helps. And when you're comfortable with this first one, go to the second, and you lose weight even while you sleep. And the third one is more for the long term. And next week, we'll get into the 3 W's a little bit more. That's one of my favorite things. Goal setting. Why do we really want to lose weight? Do we want to lose weight to look good, to be healthy, to be able to run after the grandchildren, to please the partner, to have less pain? There's a lot of different reasons why people want to lose weight. Some are very much on the surface. Or I want to look good for my partner. He doesn't like me when I'm fat. He tells me I'm fat. So that's not a good reason. Because if you lose weight for somebody else, you will pack it back on. That doesn't last long, because you need to learn to love yourself enough to feed yourself decent food most of the time. Any comments, suggestions?
I just want to say thank you to you, Christine, because you put your whole heart and soul into these programs, and you really, from the time that I've known you, care about people and bringing them good health. And you are a wealth of knowledge on so many different levels. So just thank you.
You, Judy, and I want to heartfelt thank everybody that's part of this program, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I would talk to myself.
Yeah.
And I really, Maxine, you're right. I love people. I love helping people that are interested in it.
I know.
Well, something people may not know is I won this program. I was the winner for the 1-year program, and it came at just the most opportune time because I have not been happy with the excess fat, with starting to get, a little bit of knee ache now and then. And so, yeah, I'm so happy and pleased that I won that. It was just, awesome that it was in, like you say, Maxine, there's such wonderful resources and really put in a lot of time and effort, Christine, for everything that you've done. And it's just amazing. And thank you for that.
I think I posted on my Facebook on Monday. My mission and my purpose is really to be the catalyst for change in those that I have the fortune to encounter.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to be that, and I thank you all very much for letting me be it.
Well, you definitely are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yippee!
Yippee! So, if there's no other questions, comments, suggestions, we'll say goodbye for tonight.
Just
So
one
I
more
can
comment.
Yes.
I belong to a brunch club, and we go to different brunches every Sunday. I particularly like the buffet one at the Bedford Basin Farmers Market. So that was kind of a treat to myself that I was going to go. But you know what? I didn't go overboard. I had a piece of cheesecake. I think I had 2 squares and a couple of tea biscuits, but it was 1 skewer of chicken and 2 potato wedges. So I didn't go overboard, and I'm doing the chronometer.
Yeah.
Track of everything on the chronometer, and when I added it all up and then deducted what I did in walking or housework or whatever, I didn't use any more calories than normal, really. It wasn't that much of a difference. So I just think that once in a while it's nice to treat yourself, as long as it's not going to get you back into addiction, back into that habit. And it didn't for me, and I knew it wouldn't, but it was just something that, I thought, well, I've lost the 10 pounds now. This is starting.
That's something we all have to learn, maybe to celebrate less with food.
Yeah, well, I knew that, I didn't want to feel deprived. And I think that's important. If you feel deprived, then you're going to get discouraged.
That's right.
Yeah, you're more apt to just throw in the towel. So.
And it's okay to eat a little bit junk every now and then and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And, I found the squares in that quite sweet. So, I didn't go back for more.
That's good.
So, yeah. And the only thing I would just, say is maybe if the rest were like a bit more simplified with some of them have so many ingredients.
Yeah, that's coming.
You're only using a 1/10 of a cup or, a fraction of a cup, and you've got.
And what helps sometimes with those cup measures then is to change Meal Garden to grams and then it's suddenly easy.
But then I don't measure in grams myself.
Otherwise, you have to calculate. Like a cup is 250 milliliters. A teaspoon is 5 milliliters. So it would be.
Yeah, but I
so
mean, some
many
of the
teaspoons.
recipes have teaspoons and tablespoons.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but to put 1.0 or
I have to put that
0.01
there.
of a
Yeah.
cup is
0.01 of a cup, so that's 250 milliliters. It would be 2.5 milliliters, so it's a half a teaspoon.
Guess what, ladies? It's not going to matter a damn, that tiny little.
You
Just throw it in there.
I just guesstimated it.
Oh, geez, you know what? When I was in high school or junior high and we had to take home economics, I hated it. You had to measure every little grain and whatever. I never did that in my life.
Yeah. No, I made a big batch of the squash soup, and then I made more, but I just put my own things in. I had leftover chicken, so
Yeah.
I put that in instead of buying ground turkey.
Good.
Quite expensive.
Perfect.
So yeah, so I put nice.
Use up the leftovers. We want to reduce food waste.
So yeah, so I'll have the just made the chili this afternoon, so I'll have that for supper when we hang up here. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, all is well with me.
Terry, you have a beautiful bed there behind you. I hope you have a
The
wonderful.
only quiet spot I could find.
No, I hear you. That's okay. And you all have a wonderful week. As always, when you have any questions, problems in between, shoot me an email. I'm always somewhere around my computer, even if you're moving. And I'll see you all next week.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.